Things are being thrown. There's no room for this in the sport. There's no room for the Davis brothers to be in the building tonight. The police escorted them out. You saw a stroller being moved.
All his jokes prior to his fight against Lamont Roach. After the fight, look how many were waiting. I
think the hardest puncher I ever faced. No. And I ain't shitting on him or nothing like that. He can punch.
Tension heated up backstage as Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach came face-to-face ahead of their rematch. Lamont didn't flinch, staying calm and tuning out Gervonta's trash talk. He kept his focus on the fight, trusting that what he does in the ring will say it all, and he's fully confident he'll leave with the win.
The outside critics, I know what I could do in the ring, and that's the only thing that matters, honestly, is that I go out, give it my all, and perform, and most likely, 9 times out of 10 when I do that, I'll be victorious.
Lamont Roach has confidently shut down the idea that Gervonta Davis is the hardest puncher he's ever faced. According to Roach, he's taken bigger shots in previous fights and isn't shaken by Davis's power. His calm attitude shows the mindset of a seasoned fighter. He's not letting hype or reputation throw him off.
I think the hardest puncher I ever faced. No. And I ain't shitting on him or nothing like that. He can punch. But Jonathan Okendo, he's from Puerto Rico. Bro, he got bricks in his hands, bro. I lie to you not. He punch hard. I ain't gonna lie. He a hard MO.
In their first fight, a brief lapse from Gervonta Davis led him to take a knee, setting off instant chaos and changing how fans saw the matchup. Lamont Roach's performance in that moment boosted his reputation, making him look like the first fighter to truly push Davis. Since then, many believe Roach has what it takes to take control in the rematch, especially now that he's seen as a serious threat.
Tank did that, so I know the got in his eye, but they should have countered it. They would have countered it, would have went to Lamont Roach. What I didn't like about Tank, he was gassing up Lamont Roach way too much, and he was already talking about like retiring.
He seemed a little distracted, didn't he, in the fight?
That wasn't the same Gervonta Davis we're really used to seeing.
It just lets you know how corrupt like these governing bodies are, bro. If that dude took a knee, not only did he take a knee, he's like, hold on real quick. Let me get this out of my eye. How is that not a point? Like,
you know, funny thing, bro, that's why I cut my braids off. I had braids, and I had the same thing. I went through the same shit. When I fought Andre, that shit was burning my eyes, so I cut that.
Recent footage shows a different Gervonta Davis, physically sharper and mentally dialed in. He looks stronger, more focused, and fully committed to making a statement. His confident message online backs that up, showing he's not just training harder, he's aiming to dominate. Fans are fired up, expecting a fierce comeback in the ring. Roy Jones Jr. praised Gervonta Davis for his explosive style, pointing out how he combines power and skill to break down opponents. While he admitted the fight could go either way, Jones believes Davis's presence in the ring will be too much to handle and expects him to take control once again.
Saturday night, Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach. What are we expecting from this fight?
Well, we're expecting Gervonta just continue to show us his dominance and show us who he really is. It's really a coming out party for Roach, but we kind of ever seen him a lot. So he get to show people what he has too. And usually when you get two guys who are boxers, amateurs, it's going to equate to a good fight for the first 2 rounds. But when they're in the pro round takeover, we'll find out, has Roach adjusted to being a pro yet? Or is Tank too superior now as a pro? And that's where the difference will come in at. You got a good back foot game like that, and you understand boxing like he understands that, he gonna make it rough for anybody. But, you know, Tank is a different animal too. So it's a great fight. That's why everybody want to see it. We can't just look at it and say, oh, he gonna win, oh, he gonna...
Many feel Davis wasn't at his best in the first fight, whether because of personal distractions or a poor game plan. But now, with his pride at stake, he seems fully locked in on showing what he's really capable of. His focused training and strong words make it clear, this rematch isn't just about payback. It's about reminding everyone who's in charge and silencing any remaining doubt.
So breaking news, Tank Davis vs. Lamont Roach 2 is set for August 16th in Las Vegas. And this is a rematch of one of the most controversial fights in recent memory, where Roach arguably won 7 to 8 rounds of that fight, and then Tank took a voluntary knee in round 9, which wasn't ruled a knockdown, but ultimately it was scored a majority draw. Now in the rematch, I do expect Tank to look much better than he did in the first fight. I don't think that was his best performance by any means, And that means being more active in the early rounds, not just staying on the ropes looking for counters. And I'm sure he'll be willing to exchange more with Roach this time around. The left hands, the combinations, the body shots, that's where he had the most success in the first fight. And Roach, he just needs to stick to what made him so successful in the first fight. His forward pressure, staying behind that jab and right hand. But most importantly, he wasn't scared to take it to Tank, but he also didn't get too aggressive. Most of Tank's opponents, if they're scared of the power, they'll sit back on the ropes, get slowly broken down, or if they end up getting too aggressive, they get caught with the counterpunch. But Roach, he was sharp that whole fight. I would go Tank in the rematch. I think he has a lot more to show this time around. But Roach did prove to be a very tough test. But you guys let me know who you got.
Roach isn't just aiming to win the rematch. He's going for a knockout. His intense training shows he's serious about making a bold statement. A clear, dominant win over Davis could change everything for him, pushing him into boxing's top tier and building a legacy based on both talent and relentless drive.
That you sent him to retirement earlier.
My initial plan is to win, but every time I fight, I'm trying to knock somebody out. So, if that happens in the midst of it, that'd be a blessing. That'd be definitely something that I work for, because I work my ass off. But if he on his way out, why not kick his ass out? It does in a sense, but yeah, it do for sure. I ain't gonna lie, I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right. So it definitely gives me an incentive. And like I said before, I've been here before. The Hector fight, they had me duck. Right now, they really got me. They really got me.
Roach has confidently spoken about his preparation, saying he has all the tools needed for this fight. His confidence doesn't come off as arrogance. It's the result of hard work and focused training. He believes he's ready for anything Gervonta Davis throws at him and can adjust to whatever happens in the ring.
Beat 30 people, knocked out 28 of them, right? What makes you different?
He probably can't answer that question. He probably can't answer that question. But it's the skill, the will. I got the whole package, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not sitting there waiting to get hit by nobody, especially somebody that's supposed to be a power puncher. That's evidently a power puncher. I got too much.
Greg Hackett pointed out that both fighters have a lot on the line, and neither one holds a clear edge going in. He stressed that this fight will come down to precision. Every move matters. For Davis especially, Hackett warned that staying focused and disciplined is crucial. One slip-up could change everything.
Rumors of what's going on in Tank's camp and, trading with this person, trading with that person.
Yeah.
Who has the edge heading into the rematch?
Neither one of them. Lamont, you know what? I'm lying. 55-45, Lamont.
Why?
Lamont got the edge because he already did the unexpected. He was supposed to get knocked out coming up from 130. And not only did he not get knocked out, he performed and possibly won the fight. That's what some people believe. I thought it was a very close fight. I think, but after you asked me that question, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think Lamont do have a slight edge just because he did what he wasn't supposed to do. So a lot of people go in there and they very obedient to Tank's power. And Lamont wasn't that night. Lamont wasn't having it. And he said he wasn't having it. He said it before. Y'all tripping. Y'all must be really like tripping. So I guess we was tripping.
Could we see the most focused Gervonta Davis after him getting so much backlash for the performance, for the taking a knee, etc.?
This would be the night we have to see the most focused Tank Davis. Because if he's not the most focused, then he gonna be in trouble. It's just that simple. This is the night you gotta be not on your A game, you gotta be on your everything game. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have everything with you that night. And you can't play about it. And you gotta mean it. Every step gotta be counted for. And he know that. So I'm looking for this just to be a great fight. Great fight.
Who you picking to win?
Mikey Garcia shared a smart take, recognizing how well Davis can adjust and grow from his past fights. But he also pointed out that no matter how good the strategy is, it won't work if Davis isn't mentally focused. Garcia's main point was clear: if Davis isn't in the right mindset, it's better not to step into the ring at all.
And hopefully, I'd like to see it.
I think Tank wins in the rematch.
Why?
I think he'll make the right adjustments, and he won't take too long to fight. He kind of gave a lot of the round away sometimes. I think he'll be more active and he'll win. But big props to Roach for his last fight and performance. Fuck, surprised everybody.
Right.
I think he was robbed from the victory. Again, that knockdown should have been a knockdown.
Right.
But whatever, he gets a rematch, and maybe they get a third fight, after that. Who knows? Maybe
it turns the market back out.
Maybe it turns out to be another great fucking matchup, and they say, let's run it back.
Right.
And maybe that controversy from the first fight actually helps Roach fucking get 3 fights out of it instead of just the one, or you never know. So hey, things happen for a reason, and I think
the edge.
I'm not a psychiatrist, bro. I don't know. Everybody's a little different. What I got to say is, like, if you're dealing with any mental health, it seems to be a very common thing. If you don't feel that you're 100% dedicated or 100% capable of blocking out, personal life issues or whatever to get in the ring, then don't get in the ring. Don't get in the ring. Now, if you're...
It seems like a lot of fighters are going through stuff and they get in the ring.
If you're going through stuff and you feel like maybe it's helping, like he says, maybe it's helping him fucking do it. Fuck, let him do it. I don't know. Dude.
Kenny Ellis recognized Roach's strong work ethic but warned not to put too much stock in training videos. He believes the real challenge is how a fighter handles pressure, absorbs punches, and deals with tiredness. For Ellis, Davis's toughness and determination count more than practiced moves.
To be another great fucking matchup, and they say, let's run it back.
Right.
And maybe that controversy from the first fight actually helps Roach fucking get 3 fights out of it instead of just the one, or you never know. So hey, things happen for a reason, and I think he did really well in his first one. Hopefully he puts on a great fight, even if he were to lose, but in a great fight, shit, he'll get a third fight.
Right. Mikey, what do you make of him saying he wants to go to therapy to fix his mental health, but not yet because he doesn't want to get fixed yet because he needs that?
In the ring, then don't get in the ring. Don't get in the ring. Now, if you're...
It seems like a lot of fighters are going through stuff and they get in the ring.
If you're going through stuff and you feel like maybe it's helping, like he says, maybe it's helping him fucking do it. Fuck, let him do it. I don't know. Dude, I had personal stuff. A lot of fighters have issues. It's life, bro. This is our job, but life keeps going. Life continues.
You have to juggle this with life.
You have to juggle. You have to balance. And it's tough, bro. It ain't easy. It ain't easy at all. You gotta be dealing with family, with kids, with wives, with girlfriends.
Crazy that I always see the same.
A second loss would seriously hurt Gervonta Davis's career and reputation. While one defeat might be seen as a bad night, losing twice in a big rematch could raise lasting questions about his spot among boxing's best. Fans and experts might start doubting if he really belongs at the top. For Davis, this fight is more than just a chance to bounce back. It's about protecting his legacy. He needs a clear win to shut down critics and show he's still one of the elite fighters in the sport.
Is the rematch happening or what? Because I'm ready to see a motherfucker get knocked out again. I'm not here to debate because y'all really go neck and neck for this for the rest of the tournament on who y'all think really won, who y'all think should have won, who y'all think didn't win. This is probably one of the biggest debates that will never be solved. Well, they put up a good fight. I'm not going to lie, y'all, but damn near seemed like it was set up for them to have another match. Because exactly what Lamont did to Tank the whole first half, that's what Tank did to Lamont the whole second half. So what the fuck? It literally went neck for neck. I feel like it was a tie in my opinion. So hard to even say that though because you just see so much demolishment from one and then for it to flip to the other and it just had your mind like, what? Just really had your mind blown. Like, what the fuck? I feel like when it came to the decision of the fight, a lot of people were real biased. A lot of people definitely went off of just their personal opinion of the person, their history of liking the person, not off of the fight itself. I will admit that really going into this fight, the first time, I thought Lamont was going to get his shit knocked off. I thought Tank was going to do him in. Now, although Tank, if I'm not going to lie, Lamont had him. He stuck with him the whole 12. You know anything about boxing, especially boxing a motherfucker like Tank, you know that it's a flex the last 12 rounds just as much as it is to beat a motherfucker. The fact that Lamont lasted 12 rounds with him was really getting up, I'm not gonna lie, stinging shit, all 12. It showed that this next match gonna really show who the fucking winner was. I do gotta say, Tank probably gonna come ready for him, but the fact that Lamont came ready for him, as ready for him as he did last match, I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared for both of them. This should be bigger than the Super Bowl, I'm not gonna lie. They say it's supposed to be happening in the summer, which would be a really good way to kick off the summer. And I know these two got a vengeance out for each other. Regardless of growing up together and fighting together, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. The way that fight went down, I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like this is gonna be history. Like, I can't wait to watch this.
Ellis has hinted that Davis's team is making secret changes that will bring a whole new game plan. They haven't shared many details, which has only built more excitement. Whatever they're working on behind the scenes, Davis's camp is confident it will make a big difference. This has turned the rematch into one of the hottest topics in boxing right now.
What do you see?
Both of them, like I said, they both at, top of the game. I see a competitive fight. Nice, clean, crispy shots, like the first fight,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't speak on what I seen, but the fight will be different.
Right, because you could strategize and do different things.
Yeah, it'll be different.
Rolando Romero defended Davis, saying that even legends have bad nights. He argued that one poor performance shouldn't erase all of Davis's accomplishments. In Romero's view, Davis is still one of the biggest names in boxing and one of the most feared fighters in the sport.
That people want to discredit thing is he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a night with Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
Teofimo Lopez noticed that after the first fight, Gervonta Davis seemed left alone, with few people backing him during the criticism. This lack of support sparked serious doubts about Davis's place among boxing's best. Critics were quick to question his skills and toughness, making him look vulnerable. Lopez stressed that the upcoming rematch isn't just another fight. It's Davis's chance to change the story, earn back respect, and show he's still a top fighter. With his reputation on the line, Davis needs to prove that one bad night won't ruin a champion's legacy in the tough world of boxing.
I know a lot of people, look what they did with Gervonta too. I want everybody, all these young fighters that are listening to this, and you could clip this. It's a short part right here.
I got you.
To Ryan could clip this right here. To all you young fighters, look at the amount of love they were giving and sharing to Gervonta Tank Davis prior to the fight. Look at what all the reporters were doing prior to the fight. Look how they were all laughing at all his jokes prior to his fight against Lamont Roach. After the fight, look how many were waiting to down this man. Down him. See, I'm gonna talk my smack with Tank, but that's because I want to fight him. That's me. I can say that. But I just want all you young fighters to really look about it. They don't care about us.
Yeah.
They won't ever care about us. When you winning, they're gonna be there. But they're waiting for any moment to slip up. Just a man, even a draw. Look how much hate he got out of it.
Yeah, not to get deep, but it's a part of our psychology. We have to learn how to care about other people. You know what I mean?
Sean Porter praised Gervonta Davis's skill and smarts, pointing out his sharp boxing IQ and powerful punches. Porter said Davis stands out in the lightweight division because he can read his opponents and adjust during fights. Despite recent criticism, Porter believes Davis is still one of the best and deserves respect. He warned that underestimating Davis would be a mistake, as his past fights have proven his talent. According to Porter, Davis's mix of strategy and strength makes him a threat to anyone, and he's not done making an impact in the division.
And the thing that I really appreciate about Tank is he's a dog. That what he just said, you can put them earmuffs up and go at it. Mm-hmm. He kind of will assess you as well, and whatever he needs to do, he'll do it, so.
Right. Gervonta Davis is fully focused, training harder than ever to prove he still belongs at the top. His workouts are intense, blending strength, speed, and smarter tactics to fix what went wrong in the first fight. He's not just aiming to win, he wants to dominate and leave no doubt. Davis understands that every step he takes now will shape how fans and critics see him. Each training session shows his drive to silence the doubters, outperform his opponent, and prove he's still one of the most skilled and dangerous fighters in boxing.
Everybody really think Tank go take the L. I've been seeing it. They said it's over. They think that this time Lamont go in more confident, knowing that basically he can, really take it to Tank. Yeah, I want him to go in there confident. He's very skilled. Go in there confident. Because you gonna go up against a different Tank. Like I told y'all in previous videos, He go in there confident, thinking he could walk Tank down. Don't forget, with Tank, if he get you on that button, them lights going off, I don't care who you is. Remember how it ended up with Frank Martin? So yeah, don't go in there thinking that you going against like somebody that, like Ryan Garcia, somebody that's gonna fold. You going against Gervonta Tank Davis. And I think that confidence is what's gonna get Lamont dropped. Because one thing I will say, with Tank, that wasn't your best fight against Lamont, bro. Confident, and you was really just, your mind was in y'all story, the lore and everything with y'all history. You ain't going there like I'm fighting a stranger. You going there like, oh, this Lamont, this from the same camp, we from the same area. But now I think that whole situation woke him up, because you gotta think, Tank not used to losing.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for what's next.